Welcome to another Physics 211 class. You are now being recorded for YouTube. Today we've got two main things I want to talk about. One of them is to make sure that everybody is well on their way to being prepared for Exam 3 and to discuss what that will be like. The other one is to talk a little bit about what science is and how it works. But first, I want to start with um, perhaps something a little heartwarming. So, this is a piece of an XKCD cartoon. XKCD, we're actually going to see several cartoons from the same artist today in class. This was the cartoon from this week. We have a virus, a bacterium, and I don't know what that other thing is, discussing. I'm worried about humans developing resistance to us using pasta. The human immune system is a nightmare. It's the worst. It's the scariest thing in the universe. And here we have a little cartoon of white blood cells guided by antibodies chasing after little bacteria saying, "Who wants a hug?" Virus says, "We can only survive by staying ahead of it, by keep jumping from person to person, keep mutating and evolving. But now humans are adapting too fast. We spread through their water. They built pipes. We used mosquitoes. They put out nets and poison everywhere. We spread through sex, and suddenly they all had these little plastic things. Condoms, of course. This time, we really thought we had them. One of us got good at transmission through everyday contact. It was great. We were tearing through lungs, spreading like wildfire. Hooray! I hate lungs. Then, all of a sudden, humans everywhere just stopped. They stopped working. They stopped seeing friends. What are they doing? Nothing. They're just sitting there in their houses, washing their hands. Suddenly, humans have become dead ends. We try to jump from one to the next, but there's no one to jump to. We can't escape. We're trapped in there with those ghastly immune systems. It's hug time. Even if we win a fight, there's nowhere to go. By staying inside, humans have become resistant. One of the germs says, "How could they evolve that fast? Humans take decades to reproduce." The virus says, "It's not evolution, it's something with their brains." I wondered what those were for. Humans started looking at their phones, talking, writing words, and making signs. A human named Gloria Gaynor filmed herself singing at her bathroom sink, and they bought lots of pasta. Then, around the world, they all went home and started washing their hands. They saw what we were doing and changed their behavior to stop us. Brains are the worst. It's not over, right? They can't sustain this. They must be bored and tired. Will they give up? The virus says, "I don't know. They seem determined to protect each other, and they have a lot of pasta." So this hit the internet this week. It's completely appropriate because that's what's going on right now. Um, and it's also a good segue into what we talk about a little bit later with the process of science. So here's your heartwarming, inspirational cartoon that involves white blood cell hugs for the day. So what's coming up? Um, I'd like to talk about the exam and the schedule coming up soon, and then we'll get into review. What's going on here? Okay. So your exam will start next Tuesday at 1 o'clock Syracuse time, and it will be due 24 hours later at 1 o'clock Syracuse time. Tuesday morning during class time, we will be holding a last-minute review session. So we will be having class Tuesday as normal. You may either come review with us, or you can not. That review session, uh, we'll post the recording online as soon as we get it up, as usual. We'll also be available. I will be available Sunday, Monday. I will not be available Saturday for help. I will be having office hours tomorrow at 8 a.m. to 10 a.m. That early time is to make it more accessible to people in East Asian time zones. But and Matt Rudolph will be available 1 p.m. to 3 p.m. Syracuse time. So I'll be around to help you during my times on Friday. I can help people informally Sunday, Monday, and then Tuesday morning we've got the review, and then Tuesday into Wednesday we have the exam. There will be no recitation next Wednesday because as soon as you all turn in your exams, we're going to take a look at them and start grading them. Friday's recitation, so recitation tomorrow, will be a tour through the practice exam. This is going to be a lot like your previous practice exams, except it's not being graded. There are going to be 8 questions, just like there always have been, and each recitation section you will focus on 2 of the questions. But the catch is, you can go to as many of them as you like. If you go to different recitation sections, you'll have a chance to focus with your group mates on different questions from that section of 8. We will be helping people as normal. You can raise your hands. You can just wait for a coach to pop by. We're rearranging our coaching staff to have more help in the afternoons when I know that more people are coming to recitations. And probably on Sunday, I will post videos of me doing the entire practice exam. Homework 11 is posted. It's due next Tuesday before the exam. It is a further exploration of cycling and power. So the things that we looked at in class on Tuesday at the end about how the limited power output of a cyclist affects how fast she can ride in certain scenarios. We've got a whole homework set that's a couple of linked questions about this. There's no hard math. It shouldn't take you super long to do, but this homework set, more than any other, is kind of written as a tutorial. You're still doing recitation journals. So Wednesday's recitation journal is due Friday. Your recitation journal for the practice exam will be due. Actually, I'm not going to make it Sunday. I'm going to make it Monday because you'll probably continue working the practice exam as the way you study. So again, these journals are, they're both a way for you to get participation credit, but they're also a way for you to give us feedback about how the recitation portion of the class is going. For exam 3, we're going to post a PDF of the questions. You can either write the answers on your own paper, scan it, send it to us. Like just get your own notebook paper out and say, here's the answers to 1A, B, C, D, here's the answers to 2A, B, C, D, and send that to us. Or you can print the PDF and write answers on it. This will be the most similar to how you took your other exams. Or you can write the answers on the PDF using a tablet and a stylus. If you have an iPad or Microsoft OneNote or Xernal, which is the Linux program that I'm using right now, you can do that and submit your things that way. You can give us the answers any way you like. It may be slightly longer than the in-class exams you have had, but not much. At most, you should be able to do the exam in 2 hours. This is not going to take you 24 hours to do. We're giving you 24 hours just because we want to accommodate people with different time zones and different schedules and who have work and stuff like that. Allison asks, if we scan it on paper, can it be in Word or does it have to be in PDF format? I do not have Microsoft Word. I physically do not own a copy. I can read Word files, but there's some chance that it might not be compatible. You can use Word. That'll be fine. We'll find somebody who can read it. But Word has a way to export as PDF, and PDFs will likely be more compatible on our end. So if you send us Word, it'll 99% of the chance be fine. But if you can, send us a PDF. But you can make it in Word. That's fine. During the exam, anything from this class, so the slides, your notes, our notes, the videos we're uploading online, your book, all of that stuff you may consult. You may consult your previous homework. You may consult, anything like that. You can ask us questions. So myself, the other TAs, we will try to keep somebody from this class available on Slack, by email, to help you during the exam at all times during that 24-hour period. We may take a little break from like 2 a.m. to 4 a.m. Syracuse time, but we'll be around to answer your questions. But you may not ask other people for help or search for answers on the internet. So this is not a Chegg exam, right? We want you to do this using your own skill with the notes and class material for reference. Um, Gilberto, then yes, if you have Adobe Scan, I don't quite know what that is. Yeah, we'll make a submission place for you to put it on Blackboard. Are there any questions regarding what's coming up or what exam 3 will be like? I'll pause a moment for people's questions here. So just to be clear, because I don't have this in a super concise single place in my slides, um, there are two major topics on exam 3. Conservation of momentum and the work energy theorem and the conservation of energy. So you can probably expect that 80% of the exam will be on those two topics. There are two minor topics which will be on the exam but will not be the focus of the exam. One of those is power, which is the big idea of homework 11, which I just posted. And the second one is the process of science, which is today's new material. Specifically, the questions will be about measurement bias, which is going to be something we will use as an example today. So that's coming. If you don't know what that is yet, don't worry. It'll be here in 15 minutes. Um, are there any other questions before I move on? Let me ask, are there any questions about the homework that was due yesterday? Are there any problems that anyone would like to discuss now of the homework that was due tomorrow, or that was due yesterday? Okay.